Can you just look into camera and maybe just give a quick eulogy for Ambrosius, sort of in the arms of the angel sort of thing, whenever you're ready?
Oh, I don't know where to start with you. You broke my heart into a million pieces. I broke your cage into a million pieces.
We ain't surviving this fucking war. We are dead men walking.
Oh, mama, I'm in fear for my life.
I'm gonna keep fighting.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Rotten Tomatoes Watch List. My name is Mark Ellis, and this is where we talk to the cast of some of TV and streaming's biggest shows. And it's a sentimental feel here in the studio right now because it's season 5. The final season of The Boys is upon us, and I'm looking at a bunch of 50-years, just like you guys look so excited, but also it may be a little melancholy because we've played these characters for so long. We're so attached to them. I think my first question for the group is, what is the most messed up thing that you've seen on The Boys through the 5 seasons?
Bro, Hero-gasm. That's got to be the most messed up.
Hero-gasm
is the most messed up thing that I've seen in life, period. I think after hour 12, the visual of coming back into Hero-gasm after having gone to lunch is bananas. You know what I mean? It's like now everybody's bloated. It's gassy in there. It's bad. That had to have been the worst.
Yeah, a lot of the animal deaths are pretty horrible. Like the whale, Lucy the whale. We had the dolphin.
When the dolphin crashed out of like the car, the truck.
Yeah,
That was a moment. That was really disturbing.
Yeah.
Was that before Lucy?
Way before Lucy. It's different dolphin, different porpoise.
Inside Lucy, inside the whale was absolutely gross. It was constructed this innards of a whale that was still barely alive, and so the heart was like still beating and we're all covered in blood and there's wasps and
the fake blood was all like cornstarch and sugar, so it was sweet, and it was like that season in Toronto where all like the wasps came out. So we're both in the whale, sweating, covered in this sticky stuff that wasps love. And but now that this show was ending, like in the final season, anytime I was in a moment where I'm like, oh, this is going to be a thing, this is really messed up, I have this new take on it now where, and tell me if you guys feel the same way, where it's like, I really need to take this in because it's the last time. Like, this is the craziest situation ever. I'll never act in a scene where I'm like literally in the belly of a whale again. Like, I almost got like sentimental and emotional about being like covered in blood. It really did happen.
Yeah, Karen, I can imagine you got sentimental in season 4 when you walked into that sauna. You're like, I'm never going to see something like this ever again.
Goodness.
Shed a single tear.
The human centipede of it all. I was like, you know what? I think I'm good though. I don't know if I would ever want to see that again. But I think you're right in that. I feel like everything that we've done, we're never going to be able to do anything as crazy on any other show, I think. And so every moment we had to cherish throughout season 5. And I think we were in tears by the last month.
Yeah, whatever substance lands on your face, you just have to enjoy it because you just don't know.
I'm pointing at Laz on that one.
Yeah, and around my neck.
You took it there.
No more love sausage. That's the good part about No More, that we're wrapped.
You need a spinoff.
No thanks.
A web series or something.
Yeah, instead of Deadpool and Wolverine, it's Mother's Milk and Love Sausage for sure.
Thanks,
Needs
guys.
to happen.
So we talked a lot about the gross out stuff, and I want to go from gross out to just bad and evil, and how worse can Homelander possibly get in season 5? We've seen him do pretty much everything evil under and above the sun. So how much worse can it get in season 5?
He's such a baddie. he's
Literally.
so bad.
The limit
this
does not
season.
exist.
Such a baddie.
With that guy.
Yeah, I think we're constantly in our own lives. Like, how much crazier can it get?
Safe to say there's much more bad with Homelander that's probably going to affect every one of your characters.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, this season Homelander is out to become immortal by taking the original compound V formula, and once he does that, then he's ostensibly he's a massive existential threat, wipe out humanity, and it's the job of the boys to stop him.
Yeah, Karl, I was going to ask you about your character and how much fun that is to play, given the fact that the end of season 4, we saw that interaction with Victoria, I'll say, and it's like you've completely broken bad now. So is it more fun to play the character the further and further that you kind of push the limit?
Yeah, definitely. I think, the thing with Butcher this season is that he's the most dangerous version of the character. He's the smartest version of the character. Every week he's coming up with a new plan and a new scheme to take Homelander down, and he's relentless. He doesn't stop. He's like a guided missile. And I guess it's really, at the end of season 4 when he kind of really ostensibly died and turned himself over to this kind of entity within, the real sort of challenge with the character is, okay, well, how do you maintain or hold on to the last grasps of humanity left within him? And really a lot of Butcher's journey throughout the season is trying to draw that out of him, and particularly from Hughie.
It's so funny to bring up Hughie because, Jack, I feel like, can you tell me why Hughie still has hope?
Oh, man.
You're the one that has hope.
Well, no, I mean, I think he says it in the trailer. It's like sometimes it's all we have. And that was a real big note I had with something I'm glad that we got across this season, which was like this idea of, if Hughie's going to be the hopeful one, look around you. Things look pretty bleak out there. I didn't want him seeming naive, but I think like we settled on this thing of like, hope is a choice. Hope is kind of rebellious. Hope is kind of badass if you really want to look at it that way. And yeah, right now in the world and in the show, sometimes it's all you have. But I love that Hughie's the hopeful character. I feel like him and MM are kind of these people that are trying to keep, especially the group of the boys together and just keep them marching forward despite everything. Because sometimes hope is the only thing that'll get you across the finish line.
Right. I feel like Mother's Milk is sort of the moral center of the show, the moral compass, if you will. So how hard is that for your character just to like look at this ragtag group of ne'er-do-wells and be like, I have to be the moral center of all this?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely has been fun to play that for the last 4 seasons. But it's funny because in season 5, it really falls on Hughie to even get MM out of the dumps, because MM starts shifting more towards Butcher's side, where usually he could serve as a voice of reason. Now he's just like, F it, this is where we're at. He's cynical, and he's like, maybe we all need to go down.
Can I just say how amazing this guy is in those scenes where it really truly broke my heart to see MM at a place that low. Like that was really, really tough to watch, but Laz absolutely nailed it.
Thank you.
Great.
I think that's one of like Kripke's main ethos for the show is like heroism isn't defined by, sort of large, sort of sweeping acts of, bravery and all of that. And obviously the superheroes in our show are corrupt, but really heroism is defined by characters who are struggling to hold on to their humanity in the face of extreme adversity, and that's really what these guys represent.
Yeah, so I'm rewatching season 4 this weekend, right? And we get to the last scene of the season, Erin, and we see a lot of the boys are getting picked up, they're getting arrested. Annie January just kind of pieces out, right? And it's just like, I'm out of here. Can you sort of set up what's been going on with your character and if maybe the isolation has helped sort of recenter yourself?
I mean, first of all, I feel like it's interesting because there was a debate online, it seemed like, about whether or not Annie chose to do the right thing in that moment in the final episode. And I think that it was an interesting debate to have. And I'm always like I take a step back when my visceral response is just defensiveness. Like I want to defend her and I'm like, hang on a minute. That probably means if there are enough people that are debating whether she's doing the right thing or not, that there's some truth in that debate. But I think that ultimately with Annie, her objective the entire show is always to be the hero in any micro or macro situation. Save the world or save the person or save the situation, save the room. And in that moment, she can do more outside of wherever Hughie's going as opposed to being inside with him. And I think she's abundantly aware of that. I think that, like with every character and the way that our trailers have even set this final season up, when you're defining characteristics as a human, first and foremost, because that's what Annie has always been to me and to Eric and hopefully to everyone else, when you lose them and you suffer an identity crisis as a result of what's going on around you in a very justified way. She's been through trauma. She's the one counterintuitively and sadly, ironically, devoid of hope. Losing hope and finding it again for yourself can actually be an act of heroism. It feeds into the concept of putting your oxygen mask on first, right? So it's a matter of whether she's really able to do that after everything she's been through and all of the hope she's lost. But all that in terms of whether she recenters herself is to be found out. Does
That's
she
why
or
we
does
watched season
she?
5.
Does
Yeah. But I think it feels like you have a new super friend, again, sort of an old friend with Jessie's character, because you're in this in-between where you've sort of left the 7, now you want to work with the boys. Can you tell us about what your character's going through sort of morally making that decision?
You know, I saw the biggest change in A-Train in the scene with Colby in Homelander's apartment, where, you know, he finally just says outright, like, I'm out of here. I'm leaving. I'm making this decision. It's already been made. And the only thing left to determine is if you're coming with me or not, which is something that he would have never, you know what I mean? Like, for earlier seasons, he would have just left. Like, I don't give a fuck what happens to you. Like, I'm saving myself. And this was a moment where obviously he knows if she comes with me, the chances of us being captured are twice as much. You know what I mean? Like, I might not make it out trying to get her out, but he still makes that decision. That to me was the biggest turn that I saw him make. And then it's heartbreaking for him when she decides to stay, which is another turn that we get a chance to see him make, something that I didn't expect to feel from that character. And then, you know, and then he's off. He's off after that, and he's isolating. He has no allies. He doesn't really, you know, he can't deal with anyone in Vought. He obviously knows that the boys don't trust him enough for him to sort of, you know, tag along with them. So he's sort of just in that middle ground of trying to figure out what his next move is going to be, but he's going to keep running in the meantime.
And meanwhile, Karen and Nathan, I think, sort of share similar character arcs in the sense that the way you express yourself now. We see a hint of you speaking in season 5. You're so good with just like the facial expressions, and you've been that throughout your career. How are you able to take that and like see what's on the page in the script and put it on screen for us without speaking?
I think it just comes from listening. And that is a skill of its own, and I think we should do more of it as a society. But yeah, I think it's important to know what your character's motives are and what you want to get across, and then the rest of it is having a great scene partner to kind of dance around with, I guess. Yeah, I've had a really great time portraying Kimiko over the years, and I think when she gained her sign language abilities, it opened up an entire world for me as an actor, and I've just had a great time. You know, even though she doesn't speak out loud, it's not that she's not saying anything. You know, she's speaking important words, and it's just as powerful as an audible language. And so, yeah, I've had a really great time playing Kimiko.
Karen, you did such an incredible job. Like, often a favorite part of my day was watching you do your takes. And I really often wish that we could have a split screen on the boys and just have one, like half of the screen on camera, on Karen, and just seeing the reaction, the myriads of reaction that you would go through. Was so funny and compelling and entertaining. It's like you can literally see the thoughts being born in your head, and every opinion that you have about something, and it communicates so much. It's a rarity that you actually get to see the construction of a mind on an actor's face. You do it so well.
Thank you so much. I love you guys.
That deserves a little golf clap. That was good. That was really good. And it wasn't a drag for you to see you actually have to talk in season 5. You're like, oh, I got to say stuff now?
It was a different challenge, but I had a really great time doing it. So I'm excited for people to see it.
And now, Black Noir, we can't shut you up. Now, like now you got a podcast going with The Deep, and there's like all this stuff going on. Is it more fun to play that character when they're completely silent or when they're talking too much?
You know, the first Noir, you know, was extremely meaningful to me. And the second Noir is a lot of fun, you know, because it's like I get to externalize, you know, in an extreme way, the dilemma, you know, that you have when you're in a suit and you don't know what to do, and you're like, what do I make of this, right? And yeah, it's it's so much fun getting to just have scenes with Chace and just bounce off each other and just like it's just a lot of great banter, you know. And I think, you know, to jump off what Karen was saying, body language is a language, you know, and we're so often used to speaking with just our voices, but only so much of what you say is actually in your words, you know. And so I think with Old Noir, it was becoming really clear with what he thought, what his opinions were, you know. And it's different when you're in a mask because I can have my own facial reactions, but you're not going to see them, you know. So I have, you know, literally putting it into the rest of my body, you know, and having the thoughts be so clear that they can be expressed, you know, through my arms or my shoulders or a tilt of the head, you know. And now with New Noir, you get to, you know, kind of go back to the voice, and it's been fun to play a comedic character in that way.
Chace, so many of your sort of forays in this show end up being comedic in some form, except for the loss of Ambrosius. It killed me. It killed me. And this is not exaggeration. I was on the road this weekend rewatching season 4, and I'm sorry, it's a great scene. I had to skip past the death of Ambrosius because it just broke my heart, and it just keeps going on. What was it like filming that scene? And you feel a little bad?
Not really. I mean, I listen.
Oh, so hard to watch. Oh.
I mean, no. Listen, it was a really great scene. But imagine trying to do it when there's no Ambrosius and you have, you know, Kripke, whoever off camera going, okay, zoom tighter. She's dying. I'm dying. She's like, how deep? He did the voice. I'm blown. It wasn't Kripke.
Jack, was it Jack?
It was no, it was somebody. It's like, I'm
Jack
trying
80.
not to die laughing because she's like, she can't breathe. She's suffocating, you know, and it was just like that last part. But it was I had a lot of fun. I mean, it's fun having like a breakup scene in a closet, like, you know, and she's like in the tank in the closet, you know. It was really, I mean, it was so much fun. I mean, I know, kind of like Jack said, like, you know, there was a little nostalgia, kind of like it was like this will never happen ever again.
There's never going to be another
You know.
Ambrosius, and for that reason, I think we owe it to the fans. If you can look at the, is it the taller camera? Can you just look into camera and maybe just give a quick eulogy for Ambrosius, sort of in the arms of the angel, sort of thing? Whenever you're ready.
Oh, I don't know where to start with you. You broke my heart to a million pieces. I broke your cage into a million pieces. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know. It was a cage.
It's
The
more
glass-
laughs than you typically get.
I know
at
you were in a
funeral.
glass case of emotion. I was there too. But I've moved on. I don't know.
That was beautiful. That was another golf clap moment. That was beautiful. Yeah.
It all deserves a golf clap, trust me.
Colby, your character gets to take some of this stuff at the end of season 4. You get to join the rest of the Simpsons. What's most exciting about that for you?
I mean, can you believe it? I started this job as a recurring character that was supposed to be fired in season 1. I'm like, bye, Ashley. And here she is. Not only is she back, but she's a soup now. What? I feel very excited and privileged, and I really can't believe it. And I can't wait for you guys to see what it is.
And it's a testament to how wonderful an actor she is.
Oh, that's nice.
I
Thank you.
feel you deserve that juice more than anybody else because you have lasted at this corporation for so long. Like, what would be your piece of advice if I just got hired at Vaught as like an intern, or like I'm in the mailroom? What's a good piece of advice as far as like my survival goes?
I mean, I don't think I deserve that juice more than anybody else. Everybody works really, really hard on this show. And in their jobs, their characters work really hard to maintain their lives. They have to work all really hard. I think if I were in the mail, if somebody was starting off in the mailroom, I mean, I would say quit.
Quit's probably the best advice.
Yeah, I feel like if you're working at Vaught, you're having to swallow a lot of your moral compass. I was not gonna say what you were thinking.
So glad that was followed by moral compass very quick.
You have to swallow a lot of your moral compass and a lot of like your what you think is right, and you have to it's a lot of swallowing is happening, and you have to just power through, and you ultimately are making the decision of whether or not you're willing to die for this job.
There were so many metaphors in what you just said.
Yeah.
But I do have some rapid fire questions for the group real quick, though, and I think this will be fun. So I'm going to target one of y'all in particular. Everybody else can jump in after that person gives their answer, okay? So rapid fire, here we go. Favorite costume, let's go to Erin. What is the best costume on The Boys?
Oh, that's so hard. Favorite costume? I'm going to go with...
You can vote for yourself.
I mean, of course... Okay, wait. This is actually really difficult for me. I'm gonna go. I feel like. Okay, wait.
It is rapid fire question.
Oh no, I can't. Okay. I'm gonna go with. You know what? I'm gonna go with Firecracker. I think it's hilarious. Firecracker.
Okay.
This season, Daveed Diggs joins the show. He's amazing, and his
epic.
costume is
Yeah.
chef's kiss. It's so good.
That might have been my answer for my next question, so I'll stick with Jack. Favorite guest star?
Oh God. Well, I mean, I love Daveed, but I have to go with Simon Pegg. Clearly, plays my dad. He's a hero of mine in real life. I can't believe we're friends. He's the best. Oh my God. All the love to Simon Pegg. Yes.
Big shout out to Paul Reiser too, playing the legend. He's phenomenal.
All right, Laz, let's go to you for your favorite superpower. Who's got the best superpower?
Ooh, who's got the best superpower? I'm gonna keep it with The Boys. My little friend here who has killed an entire Russian mob cartel with dildos.
I have.
They'd never
that
see it
I
coming.
have done.
Yeah.
That I have
I
done.
love your little baby limbs that grow back.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh yeah. When her baby limbs grow back, that's so dope. Yeah, the little arm, so cute.
So cute. We love that little arm. So cute.
we love the little baby arm. We love the baby arm.
Okay, Karen, who's the funniest person on set?
Oh my goodness. I mean, I'm biased, but
That's what we want here.
I think I gotta go with Tomer.
Nice.
Yeah, love to him wherever he is. He's filming somewhere. Is he? Yeah, he is. He's all bloodied up, doing like a 70s movie. Yeah, again. He sent a photo yesterday, but yeah.
I have to throw out PJ
Tomer's
Byrne
hilarious.
on that.
PJ Byrne.
I didn't get to work with him, but he's hilarious. Yeah.
He's amazing.
He comes in for a very small scene and comes in with like a 3.5-minute addition to the. It's amazing. It's amazing.
I have done 3 projects with PJ Byrne, and Chace, you've done like 2, right? You've done like a million, but PJ comes in and just nails it. Yeah, just like, oh my god, I love you. You're the best. Oh my god.
He gave Will Ferrell a run for his money. Man. Oh yeah, big time.
It's a fantastic cast. There's so many great guest stars. There's so many crazy things that happen on this show. And it has been a joy, speaking as a fan, for us to be able to see the last 4 seasons and get ready for season 5. My final question for y'all individually, and it's only a one-word answer, is what do you think after the fans see whatever season 5 has to offer and they finish that last episode, what is one word that you hope the fans say after watching it?
Good.
Good. Good.
I think for me, the mark of a good film or a good show is when you finish, you're silent. Like you have nothing to say. You know, and so that's what I hope.
Great way to evade
That's
that
a
question.
great fitting answer for both of us. Yes.
That might have been
Yeah,
the mic drop
that
for
was-
Black
that
Noir,
was the
too,
mic
going back
drop
to the
moment.
original. And that is the cast of The Boys. Season 5 drops on Prime Video April 8th. Thank you all for checking out the Rotten Tomatoes watch list. I'm Mark Ellis. We'll see you next time.